Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. So today we're going to do a video on kind of just some 10 tips that I give for farming simulator YouTubers just kind of starting out. These are things that worked for me. These are things that I did. Well, at least they appear to have worked for me. You may have other tips and advice. You can go ahead and drop those down below in the comments. This isn't the end-all be-all list. These are just 10 things that I used to do. Some of them are still stuff I do, but kind of all make sense as we go through. But these are just some things that I think might help out your channel grow. If you are trying to grow a farming simulator YouTube channel. So here we go. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So tip number one, early on likes. Have your friends and family do you a favor and like every video you post early on. This helps a lot because it kind of gives you a little bit of credibility early on. Shows that people are liking your video. It helps boost your videos to get a couple more views and stuff and be a little bit more prevalent on YouTube as far as the algorithm goes. So and you also, especially when you start out, you should watch and like every single video you post all the way to the end. You should watch it all the way to the end and like it. So you definitely should do that. So that's my first tip, is early on likes. Early on subscribers is my second tip. So once again, even if they aren't going to watch all of your content or even any of your content, they should be your first subscribers, your friends, your family, your coworkers if they're willing to. Just have them subscribe. It doesn't cost them anything. It's easy if they have a YouTube account. They don't have to have notifications on if they're not going to watch anything, but it just kind of helps you build up. I think probably my first like 30 or 40, or at least out of my first 100 subscribers, I think like probably 40 or 50 of them were friends and family. So find some people to like and subscribe your stuff. That way it kind of helps you out. So find people that are willing to do that for you. And you should have you probably have your own personal YouTube account, unless you started your YouTube channel off of your personal account. And if you did start it off of or if you didn't start it off of your personal account, you should be subscribed to yourself. Like I was my first subscriber to Farmer Cop. So just like that. And then my wife was my second. So yeah, just kind of stuff like that to think about. In addition to that, tip number 3 is thumbnails are important. That is what is going to make someone click your video and watch it. Now, make sure you design quality thumbnails that are not clickbait. You don't want clickbait thumbnails. Maybe you do, but you shouldn't want clickbait thumbnails. Yes, it will probably drive more views, but you're going to have more dislikes at that point, most likely. And your view duration is going to be much lower because they're not going to see what they're going to want. So don't make it so it just draws them in just to click so you get a view. That's not the point. Especially early on, if you're trying to build an audience, you want to have thumbnails that are really well done, that are credible, and it's going to be probably the highlight of whatever that video was, like the focus, the highlight, the most exciting part of that video. That should be what your thumbnail is kind of showing. There are free programs out there to make thumbnails. I make my thumbnails using a free program, actually. I use Canva. Well, I pay for the premium edition now, but the free version was what I started with, and it was more than enough for farming simulator stuff. So canva.com, definitely go check that out. If I remember, I'll link it down below in the description. Make sure your audio is balanced. This is tip number 4. Audio quality does help, but more importantly, make sure everything is kind of balanced out, because nothing is more frustrating to the viewer than having to turn down and up the volume every time the music plays or something else happens. So this is kind of a multiple tier thing, and sometimes you just have to record, and you may not get it perfect. I have some videos that have terrible audio quality on the beginning of my career as a YouTuber or my career with Farmer Cop, but this is really important to people. So you can adjust no matter what editing software you're using. It will give you the ability to adjust and raise volumes of different audio channels. Now, the one thing, if you record like I do, when I record the game sound and my voice all at the same time on the same audio string. So I have to make sure that when I'm recording using OBS, that my audio for my desktop is much lower than my voice, so my voice overpowers the game. That should be that way. You still want people to be able to hear the tractors and what you're doing, but it shouldn't be so loud. And I've had this where I can't hear the person's voice over the sound of the equipment they're using. So that's important. When you're doing time lapses and you have music in there, listen to it and make sure that the music volume isn't triple or whatever than what your voice volume is. You don't need high quality audio equipment to do any of this. My microphone that I used for like my first 6 months of doing YouTube stuff was like a $15 microphone I ordered off of Amazon. So you don't need expensive stuff to make good quality content. Number 5, it does not have to cost a fortune. So this is, again, going back to this. What I mean is it does not cost a fortune to start a YouTube channel. Most of the programs you need can be found for free starting out. Shotcut, for example, is a free video editor that I use starting out. Canva is a free photo editor that makes easy to design thumbnails that I started out with. You can get a cheap microphone. Again, mine costs $15. OBS is a free software to record your gameplay. I don't have any links, any affiliate links or anything for these programs. I don't get any benefit from mentioning them. I'm just telling you exactly what I use and what I would maybe recommend. Shotcut, if you don't want a steep learning curve, Shotcut is pretty easy to do very basic stuff right off the bat. I use Adobe Premiere Pro now, but again, that costs me money to use that. Number 6 is video editing. It's okay to be terrible at video editing. You don't have to be an expert. My first several videos were not even edited. I'm serious. My first 3 videos I posted were not edited. I hit capture or record on OBS, and you saw everything Top to bottom, there was nothing. There's no intro video. There's nothing. What I recorded, I didn't put it through any editing software. I uploaded it as it was, and they were terrible. But you don't have to know everything. You'll slowly learn more as you edit more. As you can see, like my Spectacle Island series for me takes me a lot of time to edit and put that together, and that's just come from experience. I didn't know how to do any of that. Number 7 is choosing content. Only make, and I know Mr. Silly P is an advocate of this, so he says it all the time, only make content you would enjoy watching. If you don't want to watch it and you wouldn't enjoy it, then probably not very many other people are. No, I don't enjoy watching every video I make. I don't enjoy, some of the stuff I make, but early on, I watched every single video that I made before I posted it, and I would only post it if I thought it was something I would want to watch, and it works. It just makes you do that, because if you hate it, then likely other people aren't going to hate it, depending on how critical you are of yourself, I suppose. Number 8, the channel name. So this is obviously not necessary, and this is just a recommendation. There are successful farm sim YouTubers out there that their title has nothing to do with farm sim or wouldn't indicate that at all. So I would say that it does help out. Like, for example, well, let's go through it. So, like, for example, obvious examples of successful YouTubers that do not have any indication to Farming Simulator in their name, or even a simulation game in their name, are like Dagger1, Mr. Silly P, DJ Go Ham Gaming. Those don't have any indications of farm sim, but they're very successful channels. For me, Farmer Cop, well, that has some indication of that farming is going to be related to it, so it works for me. And obviously, I'm called Farmer Cop because I'm a police officer as well. It also helped as well for others, I'd say, for like the Farm Sim guy. Well, that's one of the best names I think I've ever seen for a farming simulator channel. Virtual Farmer, Sim Farmer, the list goes on. There's tons out there for that. So just be aware of that. Number 9 on this is stop quitting. And what I mean by that, don't start a game, and I've seen this too many times with other YouTubers, don't start a gameplay series and stopped after an episode or two because you didn't get the views you wanted. Finish it. Whoever is watching, maybe they're just for that series, so keep at it and finish the series at a logical conclusion. I'm not saying you need to make 100 episodes in a series. You don't even necessarily need to make more than 10 to 15 episodes, depending on what you got going on. But if you start a series, and even if there's one subscriber that joined your channel and is watching because of that series, don't basically kick the door in on them and say, hey, well, we're not going to do the series anymore. He might leave, or he might stop watching stuff. So it's okay. I've had series that are just absolutely terrible. Sandy Bay 19, great map, terrible series. The series did not get a lot of views, and it's getting more views now that people have found me, but it didn't get a lot of views right off the bat. Number 10 is scheduling. This is not a must, but it may help you out and your subscribers to understand what to expect. Mr. Silly P is a very successful YouTuber, does not have a schedule. Uploads when he can or when he wants to. Obviously, I don't schedule my mod reviews. I just try to get them done as soon as I can every day, or map tours, stuff like that. But otherwise, my typical videos will post at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every single day if I'm going to post a video that day. I try to do that. Sometimes I fail and it is what it is, but I try to do that so people know what to expect, know when my videos are going to post, everything like that. And also, as far as like scheduling goes, don't try to be like, I need to get 6 videos done a week, or 8 videos done a week, or 15 videos done a week. Do something you can handle. If you have a really busy life schedule, you may be able to do just 1 video a week, and it's better to do 1 great video a week rather than 6 or 7 just kind of crappy videos. So pick a schedule that's going to work for you, that's going to just make it so it's easier for you to do it, and that way you won't get burnt out easier, or you won't get burnt out either. For me, work got really slow, so I was able to post a lot of videos early on, and I didn't get burnt out, because it's not like I'm getting, when I first started out, it was just a lot of work for just the satisfaction of having fun doing it. There wasn't any other satisfaction. So if you get tired of doing it and you're not making any money because you're not that big of a channel yet, and it just seems like it's a grind, you got to find a way to keep it balanced. And obviously don't just abandon everything else going on in your life and try to just go do this and just put all your time and effort into it, unless, it just is what it is. I would just be careful, is all I'm trying to say. Take care of yourself, and maintain a good schedule. I will be doing some tutorial videos on different stuff that I do on my channel. All of those videos will be for members only. And I know I'm not trying to just I'm not trying to extort money out of you to get you to buy membership. That's not the goal of that. The goal is to keep it separate. Since they're not specifically farm sim related, they're more about YouTube channel stuff, I'm only going to post them to members, and that audience is going to be smaller anyways than my normal audience. So that's why I've just posted them to members. Obviously, there's other stuff that'll still be posted to members, videos and everything like that. But that's the only reason. This is my just quick top 10 tips on what I would recommend for growing a YouTube channel, just kind of starting out. So anyhow, if you guys enjoyed this video, drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel, and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This has been Farmer Cop. Thank you guys for coming and watching.